Hey, what's up guys? My name is Csgo, and today I'm going to be making a video of how to get out of Elo Hell, aka Silver. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. I know back in the good old days when I had CS, probably the first year when I had CS, I was stuck in Silver for probably at least my first 1,000 hours. It sometimes do be like that, and it really is tough out there, I'm not gonna lie. So hopefully these tips will help you get out of whatever Elo Hell you're in, whether it be Silver or even maybe Gold Nova. The first thing that I want to go over is that you should always try to play with the same teammates. You might be like, well, I don't have any teammates, I don't have any friends. Yes, that is me, I also have no friends, but throughout throughout my like 1,500 matches in I've met some pretty cool people. And in your games, if you don't have anybody else to play with, I just recommend adding, like, maybe somebody was nice on your team, they were a good player, good team player, add them, get like a 5 queue going of just people you're confident that can perform and just not be toxic and like useless griefing players. Also, try to avoid people with bad trust factor. You'll know if somebody has bad trust factor if a red message pops up in the loading screen. It'll say something like, this person has a lot less trust factor than you, and you will be placed accordingly because of that. It's something like that. I'll show a screenshot on screen, but because of that, you'll have a lot of a higher chance of playing people like Smurfs and cheaters even, because low trust factor, it's just a mosh pit of just purified doo-doo players and cheaters. Although trust factor may be a pretty bad system, playing with people similar to you in trust factor should help you not play against as many Smurfs and cheaters because they tend to get reported a lot more. Next, onto the pretty much most basic thing I'm sure we all know, but I just want to remind you guys that practicing simple things such as nades, aim, and spraying and playing consistently is really helpful in CSGO, especially playing consistently. I made pretty much a video on, I believe, all of these, but nade guides are out there everywhere. You want to know a nade, you want to know Mirage window smoke from T-Spawn, look it up, I guarantee it's out there. For practicing aim and spraying, there's a ton of videos on those too. I believe, yeah, I have made one on both of those. I will put those in the description if you guys do want to check them out for yourselves, but there are some really helpful community workshop maps that go along with that, so yeah. Don't think you're just gonna get out of Silver or Gold Nova or whatever you're in without like any training or anything in CS. Like, it's extremely unlikely, unless you're getting carried by a really good player, that you're gonna get out of like Elo Hell by just getting lucky. So you're gonna have to put in some time, definitely. The next thing I want to talk about is that you should try to stick to a role, whether it be an opper, a lurker, or maybe even an entry fragger, or whatever you're best at. I recommend doing an easier role if you're in Silver, like lurking at a lower rank, because more experienced players tend to have more experience like running in, fragging, just getting kills, knowing flashes and stuff. But if you feel confident in your aim and like you have good nade knowledge and where people are going to be at specific times, then you could definitely be an entry fragger if you want to, but it does take a lot of hours to get good at doing that. So lower players are especially better at lurking because they tend to play more passive. Like on Mirage, like the entry fragger will usually run out ramp, and then you could send maybe a lurker in B halls to see if they push, or even sit the top mid or something, or even go palace to maybe trade off him once your teammate runs out ramp, or maybe even try to kill the guy stairs when he's looking at the guy ramp. But lurking definitely does take a bit of skill, but it should be a lot easier than entry fragging, especially for newer players. Now I want to talk about something that's become pretty big after Vertigo has been added to the map pool, and it's sticking to playing only a couple of maps, learning rotation times, and as I talked about earlier, nades and things like angles and stuff like that. Doing this is really helpful and can help you rank up a lot. Like people like Vertiglobals, I'm not sure if you guys have heard about them. They're a mysterious type of people. They only play Vertigo and they only get to global from playing Vertigo. It's pretty crazy, but they're just insane at the map. They know everything, they know godlike positions, it's crazy. But you don't even have to do it on Vertigo. Doing this on maps that people aren't as experienced with, especially in lower ranks, like maybe Vertigo, Cabo, Overpass, something like that, can help you win a lot more games, especially if you learn it with a team or you just learn it by yourself, learn some crazy nades, where people are going to be at what times, and things like that. There's always a ton of guides out there to help you with that. I'm sure people like War Owl, maybe Sean Garris, maybe Steel, they've probably made guides to this out there. So if you just want to look up like how to play Cobblestone, like something as basic as that, there's probably a video on it out there somewhere. But you're definitely going to have to put in time to learning a map if you want to take this route. Now I want to talk about team play. You're always going to want to focus on playing with your team and not just playing by yourself. Make sure to ask for flashes if you're pushing something, like if you want to swing mid from connector on Mirage, there's a really spicy flashbang. You pretty much just have to be somewhere on A, throw the flashbang over mid, and pretty much all the T's in mid are blind. It's pretty sick. You just gotta do some coordination. You could also coordinate nade stacks, when to use mollies and smokes, and pretty much who's holding what, when, and where. Like, you don't want 3 people watching a ramp, you want to split it up. You want one guy connector, you want one guy holding halls, and you want one guy holding ramp. The more you play with your teammates, the better coordination you'll have. Astralis is a really good example of this. They coordinate all their nade stacks, perfect use of mollies and stuff like that, and although this may sound silly, copying Astralis' strats, especially if you're in silver, nobody's gonna know how to counter you. Not even the best teams in the world know how to counter Astralis, so using Astralis strats is definitely a good strat too, or like other pro teams, and it will definitely help you rank up if you're with a team. But of course, don't expect to get out of silver right away. It took me ages to get out of it, mainly because I solo queued a lot, but once I started playing with a team, I easily started to rank up because I had a lot more knowledge on the game, and I had people I could trust and that knew how to play. But besides that, that pretty much does wrap up this video, so if you guys did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.